Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching us again. And today I'm with Terri. She's an NLP practitioner, and she wants to go global pretty much. Are you doing live as well?
Yes, we're on live, so maybe I can kick off. So
Yes,
this
please
is
do.
Ina, and Ina and myself and her lovely partner met at Kerwin Ray in Sydney, which is amazing. And she's got the Kerwin Ray bottle there for her water. And so what we're doing today is Ina has asked me, as a master NLP trainer, to go through some questions to actually help her to get to the bottom of some issues. Hello Jude, jump in and show us some hearts. I'm on borrowed time, my battery's low. So we're going to go over to a video that is being recorded over here, and as you can see, ready to go. And this is an authentic meeting. And Ina, would you like me to kick off?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what would you really like to get out of this session today?
I would like to understand my mind better.
Yep,
I would like to be able to make decisions
yep,
and not regret about it after all.
Sure.
And I potentially would like to go back, in time and kind of figure out why I do what I do, which is moving countries all the time.
sure. So Ina is obviously extremely personally developed to know that she wants to get to the bottom of some issues. So being that you want to get to the bottom of these issues and you're talking about going back in time, we definitely have a very powerful modality called timeline therapy, which I touched with you on it before. So I'm going to start off with the making decisions. So what is exactly the issue with making decisions? Is it making them or not making them, or making the wrong ones, or what exactly? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I think it's actually making them, but under emotions.
Under emotions. So you
Yeah.
make decisions under emotions.
Yeah, a lot of times. Like, I don't feel good at this place right now, so I just kind of imagine one sunny place or,
Yep.
whatever else place, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be better there, and we just make decisions like moving countries in like one go, like that.
Right. Okay.
Which is
So you're
crazy.
basically making decisions on emotions.
Yes.
So rather than making decisions on passion, you're making them on emotions, which means that those decisions, obviously, are you happy with the decisions that you make when you're making them on emotions?
For example, our last decision, we were in Vietnam, and by that time we had been there for, I don't know, like what, 3 months.
Yep.
And we got so tired of the dirtiness of the place and the culture and everything. We
Yes.
just wanted to go somewhere
Yep.
nice. We're like, let's move to Australia. That's it. We're done traveling. Let's just move back. So we actually got all of our stuff shipped, back to
Wow.
Australia, and now we're here and we're like, this is not what we wanted.
Oh wow.
This is how bad it is.
Okay, so you're basically, you guys are moved by adversity. So what's happening is every time something bad happens, you move. Now I'm just going to suggest something that we would, as subconscious knowers, that's not a very good way of putting it, that would tell me, what that would tell me about you is that when you were younger, your family or yourself often were making decisions based on urgency, based on crisis, or based on things that weren't happy at the time. So you've made a decision as a child or a young girl that is the way that it needs to be done. So that is called unconscious, subconscious decisions that is in this vortex, right? So yes, what you need to do is, if I was to say to you, like, even though I'm not going to take you back in time right now, just pretend we did.
Okay.
So let's pretend, right? So if we actually pretended that we went back in time, and you could be like a bird, and you were above time, and you went right back to, say, 12 years old, and you were looking down at anything at 12 and noticing any decisions from your family, maybe to move, to do anything in life. Can you remember any decisions from 12 that they may have made based on schooling, anything? It can be like to...
The funny thing is that my family is very stable. Like, no one has ever moved anywhere, for example, has done anything weird or like something really massive. So we once moved when I was 6 years old, and I can't really remember that. So I was going to the same school, and my parents still live in the same place. And I can't remember any of the like massive decisions that we had to do, or your family had to do.
So the fact that you stayed in the same place and your parents were so stable, do you think that there was a course of, maybe you said, because they often say that kids can go in one of two directions. If their parents were really bad, and they were alcoholics and they were bank robbers, just exaggerating, then the child can go totally opposite, right, to a different extent. So do you think you might have been looking for some excitement, some adventure?
Yeah, potentially, because I was living in a small town, like really small, like 30,000 people town. And I knew nearly everyone there, like all the young people. And I just desperately wanted to get out.
Okay, so you knew people and you were desperately wanting to get out. So was that when you were still with family, or?
Yes. Yeah, I just knew that I could go and study somewhere else. So that's when it all started, when I left.
Beautiful.
And I was studying in Russia. So it was Kazakhstan, and I moved to Russia, and I just studied there for 5 years. So that's how I got disconnected.
Can I ask you a question? So at that point, when you were young and when you just knew you had to get out, if I was to ask you, what did that feel like? If you can remember a feeling like stuck, trapped, depressed, upset, angry, frustrated, anything, what do you reckon you felt?
I felt like I'm a little bit scared. Because you're just moving somewhere else. It's a new big city. I don't know anyone there. And it just it was for 1 month, I think, where I felt like a bit, unsure if I like it here or not. But then it changed really quickly.
Sure. So okay, so now when we're talking that point when you started making those decisions, and you say that you're worried about regret.
It was later on when at first it was a lot more excitement for me, because I was moving from one country to another, and it's not normal for people from my country to actually move countries. And I was so excited about it, and I moved to Australia, and then only after I moved to the UK second time, I realized that I think something's wrong with me. Like, I'm moving. It's like I thought about the countries that are wrong, or something's wrong with the countries, but something wrong with me. It's something inside of me. That's when I figured out that it's something wrong with my decision making.
So if you were to think about what's something wrong with you, what story are you telling yourself? Like, what is wrong? If there was something wrong, and I'm not here to make, I can't know that. So what for you do you think is wrong?
So now I came to a conclusion that I make my decisions under emotions.
Under emotions?
It's like in one evening, sitting near someone and just like, bam. And that emotion come to me, and I'm like, that's what we need to do, and we kind of just do the stuff. Yes,
I totally get that. So you feel like your decisions are based on emotions, and what would you prefer to have happen here, Michelle? Like, if you, Michelle, Ina, so Ina, what would you prefer to happen? So instead, see, Michelle's the lady that really wants to be here in Perth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she really does.
Hi,
so she's in Queensland, and she really wants to be doing a lot of the stuff face to face. So what do you think you'd rather? what would be the greatest thing, Ina, that you can actually be able to achieve out of this?
If I were to make the right decisions, is that what you said?
Yeah, what do you want to do? What would you like to change? What is it,
Okay.
if you had a magic wand and you could achieve anything, what would you achieve?
Rational decision making, which is looking at facts, not
Yep.
at my feelings and emotions. That's what I'm trying to do right now, practicing this at least.
Yep.
But the thing is, sometimes those emotions are so strong and then they just like pull me back. Like I just feel it, like I just still want to make a decision based on my emotions. So I want to do it rationally. Oh,
So- So you are making decisions based on emotions, but what you want is rationality. Now, because we've got practitioners here who are training, the actual technique that I would actually recommend is a parts integration. A parts integration is when there's one side of you that is making decisions because of your emotions, and you are afraid of, because of that you don't want to regret anything. And then there's the other side which actually wants to do it based on rational. You want to be able to use your mind rather than your emotions.
Exactly.
So what happens in a parts integration is we talk to those parts, because it's the conscious part that is actually wanting to do it the way you have suggested, which is to do it rationally, making sure, because if you do it rationally, what do you think you're going to get out of that?
I think it's going to be better decisions just because I look at all the facts
Yep.
and not just thinking, I want summer, and then you go, here
Yep.
you go, you're in Australia.
Yep, sure.
And then, winter's coming. So I'm
Yes,
like, oh man, it's
yes.
going to get colder.
Yes, yes.
And I'm just like that. So
So you want to be able to do that for the sake of what will happen in your mind if you do that, like in
If
a
I do
short
that.
sentence.
I'll be clear, I think, what I want, you
Yep.
know? What
Yep.
I want, not my ego, whoever else they're playing in my head, what they want. So
Yep.
maybe I want some,
So you'll feel you'll be clearer.
yeah,
You'll be
clear,
able to
exactly.
see things more clearer.
Yeah.
And I said see because she's already indicated that she's a highly sort of visual person.
Yep.
So because you will see things clearer, what benefit will you get out of that?
I think I'll be better at planning my future, because I kind of want to start planning it as well.
Sure.
Not just jumping from one thought to another and then,
Sure.
changing countries.
So this one's the jumping jack, the one that's jumping from country to country, and the part that's running away from something. So that is a modality here which we need to find out. What is Ina actually running away from? Not Michelle, Ina. So what is Ina actually running away from? On this one, Ina wants to have this clear vision of where she's going to go so she can plan and make plans. And they say, make goals in concrete, make plans in sand, right?
Yeah.
So in actual fact, what we would do is we would recognize that the only reason Ina has been doing this out of the emotions is because Ina learnt how to do that when she was young. So there was a point, can you remember that, when you started making decisions based on doing something else so you could feel happier?
Yeah, well, there's one more thing I remembered. I was a fat kid in school.
Oh wow, you wouldn't think she was a fat kid, right
I was
guys?
a fat kid.
This is going to chop out, so I'm very, very sorry, but you were a fat kid. I cannot believe that.
Yes, and after that, and I was bullied a lot in school, and that was a lot of stress for me. I remember now. So the decision for me was to quit eating and start exercising, and I actually lost all my kilos in like a few months.
Wow.
And I became a new person, and people couldn't recognize me in school.
So Ina, there's a lot of people that would see that the fat girl
yeah.
is now this gorgeous slim girl because she was told she was fat, because she went through this. And I'm going to say, because practitioners are being trained here, you are away motivated, okay? So you are more likely to do something when something's a crisis, okay? And acting on crisis, okay? That's the first thing, right? And that's not, so therefore it makes sense to the subconscious that let's just act out of crisis. But the conscious mind goes, come on, Ina, we need to get a clear vision here. We want to go to the country, the place, and make a decision that's going to serve you well. So you've been thinking you've been self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
And so because you told me that, that's the reason I said that.
Yes.
You said that in the beginning.
Yes.
People do forget what they say too, by the way, everyone.
I remember.
Yeah, she remembers now.
I remember.
Yes. So what I would say is we're going to learn exactly what Ina has got from being the fat girl and from making decisions out of crisis. So that's where we go back like a bird. We look at that time when you were very young. And if I was to ask you, Ina, to do that just in a quick imagination, what are some of the things that you have developed? Like I was bullied in school, right? So I developed the ability to be resilient. I developed the ability to be able to meet new people easily and adapt. I developed so much stuff, and I also developed the passion to help people so that I could change lives, because I know what it's like to feel second best. I know what it's like to feel like you don't deserve. So even through some of the most biggest challenges, there's been greatness. What have you learnt from, from being the fat girl, from being the girl that has moved out of emotions? What has that taught you?
I can do anything I want.
Whee! Did you hear that? Give us some loves, everybody.
I can do anything I want, and that's the thing. Like, I don't have any boundaries. That's why my decisions, like, if I want to move there or do this or become that person, I can.
Wow.
And that's too many options.
Yeah, drop a 1, guys. If you feel that there was something in your life that may have had a negative connotation that actually finished up giving you the ability to travel all over the world, have this life of freedom with your partner, and be able to go from Russia to the USA to where else have you been? Australia,
2 times UK,
Vietnam.
Oh,
what a terrible thing! So now that you know that may have been the catalyst to actually move you, and who knows what the future is. So imagine now, Ina, see, your subconscious mind goes, I've got it. Okay, now you've learned. Now you've learned everything of what it is that you needed to learn. She's now transformed from the fat girl to the slim girl. She's now gone from being in a situation where her parents never moved, never did anything, and were stable, to having this adventurous life and traveling all over the world. So now that you've got that, how is your life going to be better? Because your subconscious mind will now be able to make more rational decisions. So at least whenever you do move, you move because you want to, not because crisis hit you.
Yes.
What's that going to be like for you?
I think I'm going to enjoy my time in that country. I'm not going to be looking somewhere else, but I'll be there in the moment, actually looking at things, enjoying. I don't know.
Yes.
It's going to be my next country is going to be Spain.
Drop
and
a
I'm
2
going to
if
be
you want to go to Spain, everybody.
I'm going to be enjoying Spain now.
Yeah.
And I just want to make that conscious decision that this is the place. We're going to stop. We're going to start developing our business.
Yes.
We're going to be working on that. So it's going to become more rational, I guess, and I'm just going to be enjoying it, not looking for other places to go to.
Show us some hearts if you feel that you believe her now, that she wants to go to Spain. She's going to be able to make a really rational decision, and she's going to be able to enjoy her life. Show us some hearts, guys. Because I don't know about you, but I believe that, and I've seen a few good little sighs I will go back to practitioners so that you've made observations about questions, about some of the things, even like think of one of the most exciting countries you've ever been to. Think about that now.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay, I want you to imagine that you're there now, you're seeing what you're seeing, hearing what you're hearing, feeling what you're feeling, and imagine now making the right decisions because you're rational. Take note, practitioners, because that was a very big clue.
And you guys look at me looking this way?
Yes.
What does it mean? I can't remember.
Okay, so there's visual sheets, because sometimes you can actually encourage people to go into listening. So she was almost playing back my words because it was music to her ears, okay? So that's what you were doing, if you really want to know. So I'm going to say bye, and I'm going to say, remember, practitioners, body transformation, 5:30 tonight. And that's going to be powerful. So thank you,
guys.
And I'll continue with the interview. So yes, and so now what I would be looking for is looking at bridging this gap. So now that we've worked that out, let's just go. What you need to appreciate is that your subconscious mind never deliberately tried to hurt you. It never deliberately tried to, do the wrong thing so that you would move country just to find that, you were in a situation that you didn't like. It did it because it felt that it was protecting you in some way. So having looked at this hand, say, I wonder if you can show me just really quickly which hand is the hand that is the emotional decider. Quickly show me. Okay, so that is, can I get you to look at it? Look at that hand. Okay, that's the emotional decider.
Yep.
I want you to say thank you.
Thank you.
I want you to say thank you, and I want you to just look at it and learn all the things that you've learned from being that emotional decider and the opportunities it's given you. So just take some time out to do that.
It's connection.
Absolutely. Yep. Okay, all right. And out of all that, keep it like that.
Sorry.
Yeah. And even keep them away, even if you need to rest
Like
that
that?
arm. Yeah, but don't touch them together yet. So now I think it's fair to say that some of the learnings from what I've gathered from talking to you is that you've been shifting around. So if you take any content out of it, it would be fair to say that the average person would think of it as exciting, traveling, freedom, traveling, doing stuff like that. Okay, so let's go to the other hand. So as you look at this other hand, this one wants the rational deciding and wants to have a clear vision and a clear path of goals and all your plans, feeling good. Would you say that there is a similar intention to have fun as well, an adventure on that way, doing that so that you can enjoy, you can really enjoy? So what if I told you, pull this hand out, what if I told you this one thought it was going to do that? It thought it was going to have fun. It thought it was going to enjoy. It thought all of those things. However, you've discovered that this is the way. So can I get you to face them together like they're talking, because it's like the two parts of the brain. Now I want you to look between the gap and just concentrate as I speak to you about this, because what is actually happening here is that they're talking to each other and they're understanding there are similarities. They had the same intention. They just didn't realize they just had a different method. So that one was just looking for the way to achieve. However, you've discovered now that even though you've learnt everything you've learnt, you know that you want to do this in a way that you're going to have the fun, you're going to have the adventure, you're going to have the clear path. However, you're going to have that rationality in doing so. So isn't that nice that this hand that is going to now go forward rationally is now respecting the other hand. And it's saying, I know you and I are actually on the same page. We are actually looking to do the same thing. And I wonder if you haven't been going the right way, if you made a mistake and you accidentally went down the wrong street because you turned off the wrong way. If I was to tell you that the intention was to get to the same destiny, would you believe that?
Yeah.
So you want to get to the same destiny, you accidentally took the wrong turn. So what if I told you that there is a shortcut? What if I told you that there is a right way? What if I told you that there was a way that if you just turn this way instead of that way, you will still get to the same destiny, but you'll do it with ease?
Yep.
So I want you to feel if there's any energy between those two speaking to each other. And if there is any energy, you'll feel like a magnetic force that's almost wanting to bring them together. And it'll be like there is this driving force, almost as if they're magnetized. And that's the two parts actually talking to each other. And this is actually very powerful, because the only reason that people don't get what they want out of life is because the two parts are not aligned. So what you're doing now is you're talking to each other, they're talking to each other, they're both noticing that similarities, the common purposes. And there is this new way that is like the free way, the easier way. And they can both have that same situation and go forward together. So just in your own natural way, and then just bring that into your body. Take a deep breath in and out. And so as that happens now, what do you think is going to be beneficial going forward into the future for you?
What's going to be beneficial for me? I think I'll stop regretting, stop regretting my other decisions.
Yep. Okay, so
based on emotions.
You'll stop regretting, and because you'll stop regretting, what will that mean will happen? What will happen because of that?
I might not be like subconsciously punishing myself,
So if you subconsciously have stopped punishing yourself and stop regretting decisions, what will that mean for you?
I'll be free.
Woo! She said the magic word. She said a toward motivated word that she'll be free. And what will be good about being free?
Being free, I can do whatever I want, even though I said already that I can do whatever I want, but really what I want, not the other guys.
Love that, absolutely love that. So I'm hearing that is so genuine, so authentic. So because you're free, you can do whatever you want. You're saying it now with a conviction, and you're saying it with an ability to be able to actually believe yourself, what you're saying.
Exactly.
So well done. So if you can see yourself out in the future, say for the next decision you're going to make, can you imagine that? You don't have to share with me, you just need to imagine it. Okay, can you just see that? I want you to begin to make that like a compelling vision. And this compelling vision is going to be so strong, so luminous, so bright, so vivid, that you can hear it like it's so crystal clear. And it's like music to your ears, and it'll be like a vibration in your body. So it'll be inside of you, vibrating and feeling amazing. So as you see that, is that good for you?
Yeah.
Is that healthy for you?
Yeah.
Is that going to be beneficial for who you care about? Yeah?
Yes, definitely.
So there's a definite good ecology check on that, okay? So you can lock that into place. You can come back here. Yeah, good. And that picture taken, and then come back to here, and just congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you have any questions to myself or Terri, just comment below. I'll just tag her as well in the video. And if you have any questions, I guess they can talk to you, because she's going to go global now. So it doesn't matter where you are. She can do this online for you if you want to. And this has been very helpful. Thanks a lot.
Good. Thank you.
I kind of feel good right now.
I can see that. I can see. I'm. That's one of the things that practitioners know. What they look for: the sparkle in the eye, the glow in the face, and the genuine, relaxed look in your face. Even your partner can probably see that.
Okay, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and see you in our next video. Bye.
Yay, bye.